this computer. Okay, we are recording. We're improvising a little bit right at the opening. Welcome, everybody. I don't know how many of our partners are with us. There was a slight chance we might have a colleague of mine from Arizona State University possibly joining us. I think it's 4 in the morning there. But we're recording this for your information. And then as we've discussed previously, this is then distributed to all people who are on our email list, which goes beyond just the CAPE network. I'm David Yokin. I'm the Senior Lecturer of Music and Performing Arts at the Turku University of Applied Sciences Arts Academy, and also with my colleagues, my close colleagues behind the NORDPLUS for Higher Education, Creative Arts, Pedagogy, and the Environment. And today, what's so, I think, unique and very important and special is that for the first time in our webinar series, we're going to have a presentation from a student-based initiative of really interdisciplinary work between various departments at Tallinn University. I'm not going to speak too much further. I want to turn it over to my colleagues, and I will just tell you I'm very proud and pleased to have some very close colleagues of ours, Gerhard, Renee, and Tiina, and perhaps some of their colleagues from Tallinn University, but we have known these professionals and dedicated teachers for a very long time. We've had many very positive projects, and it's a gift that they are presenting today. I won't speak too much longer. I just want to make one small announcement. Our concluding webinar number 4, this coming spring, will be on Tuesday, May 11th at 1 o'clock, and that will be with Dr. Rasmus Olme, who is the leader, head of education in dance and choreography at the Danish National School of Performing Arts, and he will be lecturing. His working title, and I think that's the direction he will be, is titled Dancing on the Threshold Between Body and Space, a presentation of my current research interest. But without any further ado, we are recording. I turn this over to my colleagues in Estonia. Welcome.
Welcome to your colleagues and students. So nice to see you through those windows. We are really glad to introduce today our ELU project. What does it mean exactly? How it worked and how it will be in future? All presentation is done by our students. So students, the floor is yours. Good luck, and we will enjoy.
Hello.
Thank you.
Hello. I will share the screen with you right this moment. So can any all see? Good. So let's try. If you have any questions, I will link you the link in the chat, but otherwise we'll be going quite busy and fast. So.
Yes, hello. I will start the presentation. This presentation is an introduction of a project which is about smart trail themed designing body and environment. It is a creative activity trail with environmental and educational tasks discovering nature around the Bay of Kopli. We collaborated with avastusrada.ee in the makings of this trail. The presentation will introduce the idea of smart trail. We will explain the process we went through, the goals we set for ourselves and for the project, and what are our future plans. This project is a part of an ELU study course in Tallinn University, which cooperates BA and MA students from different specialties. ELU is an abbreviation of the words integration between different specialties. In this ELU project, we have gathered from choreography, integrated arts, music and multimedia, and urban governance specialties. Also on this slide, you can see our mentors.
So the 21st century has provided us with many opportunities to use computer intelligence, but we forget how important it is to develop our own ability to understand the environment, emotions, and the body. Going through Discovery Trail, which is located on Rocca al Mare Promenade in Tallinn, we offer you to hear the world around us in a new way.
So our trail is integrating nature knowledge with moving body and arts to experience nature through the practical tasks of physical movement. The format of our trail is a workshop, which can be ordered for a change of general education at school. Trail is aimed at young people in grades 7 till 9 because of their school curriculum. Trail does not exclude others who are interested in passing the trail. Trail is located in North Tallinn near the Stroomi Beach. Trail includes a variety of landscapes, sea, shore, forest, and artificial world, and is a biodiversity area. It is possible to pass the trail by listening.
So I will give an overview of the goals that we have or had creating our smart trail. The first and main goal was to create the Discovery Trail combining movement and sound while promoting environmentally conscious worldview. We wanted to equip the trail route with technical and interactive solutions while passing through the nature of our hometown. The goal was to make it 1.5 hours long, so it would be possible to finish the trail during physical education class, for example. Then we moved on to mapping the school students from 7th to 9th grade and also involved their teachers. We used questionnaires to collect the information from the youth about their knowledge of environmental issues and also non-formal learning. We did the same with their teachers. The results gave us a better understanding of the current situations in schools and gave us ideas and so-called seeds to start creating the perfect trail. Since it's not the first or last smart trail in Estonia, we really had to create something different. So we focused on searching connections between ecosystem and human body, and what kind of practical creative tasks we could offer for this particular age group. So it wouldn't be only interesting for people with art or dance background. We had to make it accessible for everybody. It was important to create a trail that is educational and gives practical experience at the same time, but we couldn't forget the arts aspect behind it. So we combined it all and divided into different stops, which each include creative tasks, has information on certain global issues, and some of the exercises are also testing your knowledge on different subjects. Teaching them teamwork, putting knowledge into practical skill, independent learning, creativity, and helping to change their behavior patterns while making the world a better place. And all that in the nature of our hometown.
So now that we have gone through the goals, let's hop into the discovering trail of process. So our first destinations arrived at, what time was it again? Oh yes, 11, 11th of September, where we had the introduction to Elu, handling, schedule and project management. And off we went.
Our roles in the team were shared quite organically. Everyone put in an effort in things that needed to be done. As time went by, some roles became clearer. For example, Helin developed into being the leader of the group, as she knew exactly what, when, and where needed to be done. She had an overview of the entire project. In the beginning of the process, we met at least once a week to share our thoughts. Later on, as the work intensified, we met at least twice a week. We met with our mentors once over 2 weeks to report our process and get some feedback on it. At first, we met in person, but as restrictions tightened, we moved our meetings online.
Our mentors shared their environmental knowledge and art with us, which inspired us to present our subject researches with each other. The 4 subjects were divided by a lot and where: soil, water, climate, and biodiversity. The environmental education database, which is coordinated by the Environmental Board of the Republic of Estonia, and through which all relevant information was obtained for further editing. The world of sound can also be mentioned, and our own lecturer in Tallinn University, Gerhard, gave us useful information about this. For example, sharing articles and links about sound in the soil.
We kept each other preoccupied with looking out for different kinds of environment art. Optional participation and in-team sharing of different events, conferences, seminars, art gallery visits, film screenings, and workshops took place in order to broaden our horizon. As you can see, these are just some of the questions, and the picture is taken from Kai Art Center exhibition Leviathan, the Paljassaare chapter.
Taking into account change starts from you, less is more. Each student took on a challenge of change regards more eco-friendly lifestyle choices. The students were recommended to keep a daily, weekly journal of their happenings. In order to understand the ecosystem whole, we saw that taking responsibility ourselves is also a way of solving global problems. By doing so, we inspired others and worked our way of finding the goals of our project.
Finding answers to these and other questions, and also coming out from our comfort zone and keeping each other updated, discussions became clearer and focus-oriented while finding a steady base to grow from. Before coming to our final conclusions, we rolled our minds on different outcome options. There were options like environment-themed exit room, an installation in an art gallery, or traveling life-size box filled with VR options which can make cornflowers virtually grow out of your living room floor. Out of all of those different options, we came to an understanding that it would be more accessible if we used a room that is already there and accessible for everyone, an outdoors hiking trail.
First Discovery Trail experience was a short 1.5 hour trail with 7 teammates taking one trail in Tallinn and the other one on the same time in Narva. We shared our likes and dislikes with each other.
In this time, we wanted to know the background information and map the youngsters' awareness. In order to find this, we created 2 questionnaires in Google Forms separately for teachers and students and sent it to school. The results you are seeing right now are from over 150 answers from different schools in Tallinn.
Karoline, you are muted.
Aitäh, ma olin vist, yeah, I was unmuted for a long time, so, but I will go again. So, by now, we have already tested out our Discovery Trail. Since the very first visit, we have gone sightseeing and documenting the trail's surroundings. We have built the exercises to the best of our capabilities with the consideration of students' interests in mind. Due to the pandemic, we had to make somewhat different choices than we would have done before. For example, in the beginning of the process, we were planning to visit different schools to carry out a survey on how to improve ways of teaching environmental knowledge and what would it be in the minds of teenagers, good methods for them to learn. Instead of visiting the schools, we had to send out questionnaires in hopes that teachers will collaborate with us, even though their own workloads were doubled. In the end, it worked out really well. As we had gotten the idea worked out, we met another roadblock, literally. Half of the chosen area was suddenly blocked off because of the construction work, which in perspective is good for the area. For a moment we were considering changing the area, which meant that we would have had to start from the scratch. Even though at one point some places were inaccessible, we decided to stay at Stroomi Beach. Luckily the construction work will end in June. Also, we tried to follow the rule of keeping the exercises in nature as much as possible. And we will continue improving the course with the test subjects' experience and feedback to find the final solutions. Our motto in the process so far has been, and still is, walking a path many times will lead you to new discoveries.
So our main goal in our future plans is the official opening of the Smart Trail in June 2021. And we are very excited about that. Next, the Smart Trail for now is only available in Estonian, but it would be nice to make participating in the trail possible for more people. And as for that, we would also like to make the trail accessible for Russian speakers, as about 1/3 of Tallinn citizens are Russian speaking. Therefore, we would like to begin with that. Also, To increase the awareness of waste and waste management, we would like to create a garbage picking challenge as a no garbage gallery. Since the smart tray participants are required to pick up trash whenever they see it and in the end make an art piece of it, we'd like to gather all these pictures for everyone to see. Additionally, we plan to make the trail passable for both ways, so it will not matter which way people take up the trail. Because the trail is designed on a promenade, it will be such a nice addition for example, everyday walk, regardless which way to take it on. And moreover, we are interested in future collaborations with different environmental organizations, such as the Ministry of Environment, Estonian Museum of Natural History, and so on, to integrate such activities more into educational programs or to help people to get acquainted with other environmental issues through different channels. Furthermore, even though for now we do not have enough resources, we are still interested in integrating our program with augmented reality in order to make the trail more fascinating, exciting, and tangible, especially for younger generations. For example, in the task with the trees, you will see it later on. It will be nice when pointing the camera of the phone towards the tree, and when the camera recognizes the tree, it shows how the energy and water travels inside the tree. So even though the possibilities to develop the smart trail seems to be endless, at least for us, these will be the first goals in our future plans.
So I'm gonna take over now this share screen or screen sharing, and I'm gonna show our smart trail video where you can see the tasks. The video was put together by Kätleen, and maybe Kätleen wants to say something while I'm doing the technical thing.
Yeah, hello. I wanted to say a small note about the video. So each task has the task name in front of it, but some technical exporting issues, some of the tasks have the same name, but I hope it doesn't bother.
All right, can you see the screen? The sharing. Okay, I'm gonna try to take my video off so it wouldn't lag the video. So can you still see the screen? Perfect. Okay, let's start.
Another winter has passed and spring has arrived. The snow has melted and sun is peeking through the clouds. So-called treasures have been released from the prison of snow. Cigarettes, candy wrappers, used face masks, and other unknown objects. Things that just can't find their place in the nature. Did you know that cigarette butts are the most littered item in the world? Shocking, isn't it? Smart trail visitors have to look carefully at their surroundings and notice. Do they see anything around them that doesn't belong there? Like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, a chocolate wrapper peeking through the grass, or a plastic bottle that didn't make it to the recycling machine? If they answer yes, they put on their gloves, take their plastic bag, and pick up all the trash treasures they find, and keep doing so throughout the smart trail. The more trash they find and pick up, the merrier. Let's keep our hometown clean.
Tere, kallis Bonosapiens! Seistes näoga parkla vastas
This
oleva
exercise
oled sina
is a little
meie inimkompatši
turning ritual of time and perspective. Being asked to turn 8 sections, a mental picture is being taken by the player. Text and the voice will guide them and tell them what they should see, what was, what will and might become by human or nature hands of creation. Should the player come back tomorrow, what would they see? How much will our surroundings change after 5, 10, 100 years from now on? For good luck, number 7 will take them on the path of oncoming journey.
Proovime veel kord.
The second task takes place at the bird watching tower. Before proceeding to the tower, participants can have a brief overview about the local environment. Birds that nest there, plants that grow there, and even the insects that have been spotted there. The bird watching tower is the place where the participants have the opportunity to see everything around them and connect with the wind. How does it affect the environment and also themselves? While observing the surroundings, trees, bushes, birds, even the artificial objects, the participants, remembering what they saw and felt, try to let the wind also affect themselves and try to imitate the nature around them. The more they give themselves to the wind, the more they understand the wind through their bodies, its nature, its power, and hopefully its necessity. The wind is not just something that occasionally annoys us, it's something that carries us. Further on, to get to the location where the next task takes place, the participants have the opportunity to choose a completely different way of moving. They could move backwards, side front, jumping, or in the presence of a partner, leaning on each other while moving forward. And again, not forgetting to pick up trash.
A body that integrates panoramic view with movement. Perception of spatiality by visually integrating it physically. Task. Stop and look at the surroundings. Find the silhouette drawn behind the sea. Notice the different shapes that the buildings form. Try to imitate the visual experience with your own body. Dance Paljassaare silhouette.
Exercise 4. Mustjää Forest Area. Exercises focus on attention, focus on yourself and the environment. At this point, we pay attention to sound for the external environment, which you may not pay so much attention to otherwise. In order to notice the outside, also pay attention to your breathing. Close your eyes and focus on it. Breathe in and out 3 times calmly. Try to feel the rhythm of your breathing. After a while, notice the sounds around you. Try to figure out if it is artificial or natural. If you have selected one sound for yourself, start moving very easily, closed eyes in that direction, and try to imitate that sound with the body. At all the same time, the other person tries to guess what sound you are copying or expressing with your body. And of course, you may move or dance like you want. Results. Make a note of all the natural and artificial sounds heard during the task.
Trees. Awkward social situations? Look no more. Puusepp will give you the experience for bringing trees and humans together in a new, rooted understanding. Just open the file and choose a tree of your liking. The subject must complete a series of questions and tasks that are based on experts of communication and dating. What are you waiting for? The trees are talking.
Nüüd oodatakse. Raisk.
Sculptures on the bridge. In this exercise, participants are expected to use the bridge's railing and their bodies to form different kinds of sculptural poses. A figure, which one participant makes, is used for making an obstacle for the other participant to climb over, under, through the figure maker. These actions go on until the bridge railing ends, or the participants have been tired out.
5-stone yoga. The task is focused 5-stone yoga exercises, changing the weight of the body and maintaining balance. Choose a comfortable sitting position on the stone. Breathe 10 times easily, 3 seconds through the nose in and 3 seconds through the mouth out. Through this, you supply your body with plenty of oxygen, which keeps your body and mind healthy and fresh all day long. Lie on the stone with your back and release your arms and legs and try to think about the light flow of your spine. Move your spine very slowly and carefully. Exercise of facial muscles through smiling and kissing. Tighten your facial muscles as much as possible. Hold that 3 seconds and then release it, and then smile as much as possible. Repeat the exercise 5 times. Touch, fold, stretch your whole ear. Make mouth circles like a fish in water and say as big as possible, "Wow!" and really use your voice. Find 2 large stones between which you can place yourself so that you do not touch the land. Use at first planking position. If you stay there, then move your hips to heaven. Then think about your body diagonals. Easily lift your right hand and left foot and try to stay there 3 seconds. Close your eyes and think of an experience in life that you brought you a lot of joy and pleasure, and relieve these good emotions with a smile on your face.
Oscillations. The idea of this task is to feel the oscillations of the bridge which are made by pedestrians. 2 participants of the game are standing on the bridge facing each other, at least 3 feet away from one another. They are cautiously making the bridge slightly oscillate by stomping around. Once the slight oscillations are felt, they will immediately stop and sense them. When stopped, participants will also try to grasp oscillations made by other passers-by.
Create a 4 to 8 lines of a rap song, poetry, or a haiku, which describes what you saw and learned while experiencing this road. The topic for the day is newly acquired knowledge, which can also be referred to previously studied subjects. The text can be based on a rhyme or a free verse.
Today it is difficult not to come into contact with rubbish on a daily basis. Waste surrounds us everywhere. As the population and living standards rise, so does production and waste, and its impact on the environment. Overconsumption worsens climate breakdown, increases air pollution, and exhausts the planet's overall life support system. This leaves us short of materials critical to our health and quality of life. In the digital world, there is also a huge amount of trash. Unnecessary emails, files, apps, and so on. It all sits in the backups on servers that provide us with cloud service and continue consuming electricity. If we delete all those unnecessary files, we are not just saving a huge amount of CO2, but we are also extending the life of our gadgets, feel more balanced, and take control over our lives. While on the trail visitors should take a moment to think, what can they do to reduce their ecological footprint? Good job! Now you have reached the garbage containers. Hopefully you have managed to collect a plastic bag full of trash. If not, maybe you are ready to let go of your unnecessary digital trash on your phone. Now sorted found treasures into the right trash containers. Woohoo! You did it! And now you're ready to keep on going.
At this point, stand facing the zoo and close your eyes. Stand on both feet, hands free. Try listening to the sounds around you. Can you find natural sounds here? How to change your physical condition and breathing in this area? Is there anything different? Can you feel it?
We invite the trail participants not only to listen to the world around in a new way, but also to remember such a concept as hidden water. It's no secret that people use water to drink, cook. Water is used to produce items and food that we consume on a daily basis. We want to emphasize the attention of participants on the need to be more careful with water. Each of us every day makes a choice in favor of one or another product or food product, while not thinking about how much water flows away for a cup of coffee or for one pair of shoes. By answering the simple questions, participants get to know how much water takes every hour choice. Perhaps this task could help someone get rid of bad habits or change their daily dietary intake or lifestyle.
All right, and now let's try one thing all together. Which comes from 5-stone yoga, and if it's possible, can all of you turn on your cameras and mics that we all see each other and hear each other?
I think you have to stop sharing or something. Let's see. Wait a second.
But yeah.
Yeah.
And it goes like this. Make mouth circles like a fish in water and say as big as possible, wow, and really use your voice like you saw it in this video. And let's do that 5 times together. And I just start right now. And wow! Finally! All right. Thank you, and big virtual hugs for all of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you so much. I am so taken by the overall arc of this presentation and and also the impeccable English. Let's not take that for granted. Just really so moving to see that this was initiated from you all, and also your interaction at the schools. That, I mean, especially during this pandemic, how you were able to get responses and create this relationship with the schools you were working at. It's phenomenal. It's a huge amount of work, and it's really exemplary, I think, for many of us who are working at our home institutions, of the opportunity to reach across to other university disciplines, which is not always easy. I don't know how you all did it, but that's actually quite remarkable. So I thank you. We still have time if there are any specific questions. I think this is, I'm using the word template, but really a kind of case study about the arts coming together. And I have a question. I know for myself personally, when I had this opportunity 2 years ago to study with Sarah Harris, the environmental scientist from University of British Columbia, I found that everything that I had been doing in the concept of time and space so much related to the concept of environmental science. And it always comes down to that X and Y that the scientists work. The X is time and the Y is change. Well, time and change, that's what we all do. But for the, and these were your master's degree students, correct? Some of whom I haven't seen for a long time. I actually haven't seen Caroline since she was at down south. In Viljandi, and then you were off to Canada. Then Simo, who was a guest here, and some of the others who have been. But were you enlightened? Did you feel like the knowledge? Because it seems that you really have gained tremendous. I use that term, evidence-based information that you've incorporated into this kind of creative, kinetic. And all of those exercises, were you ever challenged by it, or were you able to apply it? Did it feel familiar? That's the question. It's Zoom, so we know the interactive questions are usually takes 3 hours unless somebody wants to boldly say. Well, ponder upon that. We won't waste time, but that's, I just really hope, and I sense that you all, there was a tremendous learning opportunity in the actual scientific information, but that it fully integrated in what you were sharing with us. And I think that's the huge goal of this network. Tell me a little bit about the sound world, because in many of there was some really great sound and some great music, and how was that coordinated? I'm looking at Gerhard because I know that maybe he was responsible or had some input on that.
It's maybe a question to Helin and Kätleen. Yeah.
Yeah, we used royalty-free music on it. We recorded, Helin recorded the bird sound and the sea sound, which we put back there. Yeah.
Yeah, very, very beautiful. Yeah. And may I ask, I don't know who amongst you, was there an active participation from the environmental science students? Were they involved?
We don't have the exactly direct students from environment and sciences, but Aleksandr, you are, open please your microphone, yes.
Yeah, I'm studying urban governance in the university, and we also studying lots of about environment and environmental solutions for our everyday life, for moving from point A to point B. So we study how to make these solutions more friendly for environment in this way.
Thank you very much. So really kind of that opportunity for the inter-cross-disciplinary dialogue, if nothing else, which is so important. Well, I don't want to monologue here. Any other thoughts? I am so glad we recorded this because, as mentioned, there are not many of our partners. Charlotte is here from Norway, which is wonderful, or perhaps still in Berlin. My colleague Heidi is here from the Arts Academy, but we very much want to share this with our partners. And my words don't really express my thanks and this tremendous focus that you all have had on this project over a period of time, and especially in the context of COVID, just really great. So the park, the Smart Trail will open in June. Was that on Midsummer? Did I see? Was it June 21st? I didn't really look at the date. I thought maybe. Oh, by the way, before I forget, appropriately, this is the last day of Earth Day, the 3 days of Global Earth Day. How appropriate. Mm-hmm. And what a testimony to all of you who put this project together, that we had the opportunity to share this. Mm-hmm. Fabulous script too. Yes.
Can I just thank
Please.
you? That was fantastic. I really appreciated the humor that you had there. That was really delicious, I have to say. And how long did you work on this? What's the period of time that you have been working?
Well, actually, the subject in university, we started in September. It was September 11th. Is it correct? The first time we met, and it was the first meeting of the whole group of the students who were from different subjects, different curricula from university get together. And we first met on September 11th, 2020. And then the process started, and now it's going to an end, and we will have the official like a presentation of the project in university in May.
And I would like to introduce very important people for us. Sorry, Gerhard, with you we have worked already so many years together, and many people knows you from this network already, but we are really lucky and really thankful to Liisa Puusepp and Mihkel, both to you, Mihkel Kangur, both to you for really taking part of our everyday life. It came that we really met every week, and during all this year, it has been so many things what I personally have learned from you, and made myself stronger to believe in movement and dance art and arts, how important it is for society. So, and all those knowledges, supporting ideas, really, we were happy that we have Liisa and Mihkel from Institute of Ecology.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And Gerhard's role, for those who don't know, maybe Gerhard could quickly say a few things about who he is. We know, but it would be nice for him to share it just briefly.
Yes, hello to everyone. I'm very amazed about the presentation we today saw by the students and also by the musical and sound choices that were done really by the students themselves. So it's not nothing I could influence at all. So it's really self-directed what the students were doing. So all the topics we had are very much deeper even, and so there are many point of views they couldn't even touch. So I'm sure that has opened for all of us perspectives, and what I have been very pleased about that the students have been very sound how to say sound aware. So a number of exercises they offered were very into sound. So I'm very flattered from the music perspective that our students are so sound aware. So this is what I can just say thank you, and I'm looking forward for next projects and how the students proceed. And thank you, David, for your networking efforts and bringing us all together. So this is very important.
Thank you very much, Gerhard. Liisa and Mihkel, please.
Yeah, thank you all from our side as well. And as we are ecologists, our main aim is to raise environmental awareness. And for us, this project was and is very inspiring, and one very important way how we can raise environmental awareness in the society. So through education and more widely. So we are very thankful, and it was very nice video. Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you from my side also. That definitely I would like to take this discovery trail with my students from elementary school, where I'm also teacher, to show them how to explore, how to experience nature. It's totally different ways than what I am doing everyday life as a biology teacher. But for years, my attempt or idea with me and Liisa, as we have shared this idea that global challenges what we are facing at the moment, that these are not environmental issues, these are humanities issues, and we need more and more people from humanities, from arts, to start to deal with these topics. That it's not enough that if only the ecologists are talking about the topics and to express and experience in different ways the environment. This brings it closer to us, and it is definitely the way we need to move towards a more sustainable lifestyle and life on Earth. It is our problem, and we need to change, not the environment.
Thank you
for all the students, and yeah, thank you for the good colleagues who invited us for this project. That it's a great pleasure that we are working so close to each other, and then we finally did something together.
Thank you so much, Liisa and Mihkel. Patricia from the Latvian Academy of Culture, please.
Hello, thank you for the presentation and video. I will be glad to share with our students as well. And I wanted to ask, when in September you started all this project, did you know how this result should look like? Do you know from the beginning that this would be tasks, or it was discovery in a process? Or yeah, when you start, what was the main goal?
We would really like the students to answer this, not we.
Yeah, because just to know the background that teachers are not the authors of ideas. This is the aim of the ELU subject.
Project,
yeah. We cannot say that you need to do and get that result. Everything is designed and thought out by students.
Please, maybe Helin, maybe somebody else.
Well, we like we said, we had many different kinds of forms, like what we could create, but otherwise, actually, quite early on, Liisa and Mihkel introduced to us the avastusrada. So then I think we kind of got a lot of guidance in that way. But otherwise, yeah, we were all over the place with so many MindMeister maps and everything. And but about the goal, well, I would say maybe to give a broader view of environmental issues and like, yeah, my mind went somewhere again. And yeah, in a new entertaining, informative way. Yeah. I have to check what my goals were because there were so many at first. Okay, maybe, I don't know, someone would like to broaden that?
Sorry, yeah. Maybe I say that for the first time we have only this trail information, and what we have, what we do there, our own trail. We don't know anything about that. Firstly, it's processing every day. It's going further and further, and zooming in what kind of exercise we have inside there. Yeah, so it goes organically.
It seems that also in this project that you really needed time. This was not like a 1 week afternoon project, the project week, but it was really about a time-based situation of investing the time. And that's quite remarkable that you had that opportunity, but time was important, wasn't it?
Maybe I will tell a little bit about the time. So yeah, it takes lots of much time to create this trail, and we had days when we got together on Friday, but also we got together by Zoom some in Wednesday or Tuesday, and those sittings together in Zoom was till the 12 o'clock at night, or yeah, it takes it has taken really lots of much time for doing this project.
I have to say there are so many wonderful images. So when I tell this one image, it's not better than the other, but the tree, the hugging of the tree, that was just, I was almost in tears. I really felt there was something really that happened there. That you really felt the tree, and the tree felt you.
Yeah, thank you, Liisa, for that. She was in the video.
Yeah, it was actually a really good day when we filmed it. So I remember that the birch tree is a good energy tree, and I was also a bit tired, so I really took everything I got to take from the birch tree, and it was actually pretty nice to hug that tree. Yeah, to feel the energy, to try to feel the energy that gives me. Yeah.
And I need as follower you during this year say that it's not only the meetings and talkings and making timelines and planning and having those questionnaires, sending out, getting answers, getting to know what really society needs here. What can be the exercises coming from arts to help the young ones to understand more the environment? But it's also the film that you made finally. It's big work as well. I need to say that I'm very much surprised how much work you have done.
And I would like just to add that we as a tutors have seen the process and the development of the process, the shaping ideas, developing ideas, getting more concrete, more specific. And finally, even this process of presentation of it, we have seen that there is a huge mountain actually behind of this top what we saw today. It's huge, and we are really proud of the whole team, of the whole group, how they work together, and it was really a pleasure to see that. This is
yeah, it's like to be educator and producer and director and actor and really to make it's like piece of art. But we saw this material today, so I really say in front of everybody, I'm very thankful.
I am too, and I tell you, I also learned a lot. That was the beautiful thing. Well, we could continue all afternoon. I think we're going to wrap things up. I want to just say one thing. Nobody can do everything, but everybody can do something. That's not my quote. That actually came out of a reaction to the verdict this week, the verdict against the police officer of the Minnesota state attorney, Keith Ellison, but that applies to everything. So my deepest respect. This has been such a engaging, wonderful webinar, and I am so proud to share this with our partners and with my colleagues. Thank you all very, very much. We will hopefully see each other on May 11th, but yes. This was just a tremendous, tremendous work. You all should be so very proud of what you've been able to do, and that holistic concept of the engagement in society, and that you as artists, that we are part of what happens in the world. We're not in a small bubble. The impact amongst those young kids that you were integrating with, just no words. Aita.
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 Aita. Okay, everybody, have a great afternoon, and you will be getting the YouTube link for this in the next couple of days.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a nice
Thank
day.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye now.